When was the exact moment you realized that it was over?
He punished me with silent treatment on my birthday. It wasn't a new punishment. My, now ex-husband had always been like that when I did something he didn't like or he didn't get what he wanted. If I did something that he considered hurtful or wrong, instead of talking to me about it, he would refuse to speak to me until I asked him what exactly I did. There was a time when I forgot to add mashed potato when I ordered dinner online. He acted that it was a capital offense. I was left wondering the whole dinner why I was getting silent treatment. I asked him multiple times, only for him to say I should have already known what it was. He finally told me what I did wrong the next day. Even before we got married, I already got the silence. We planned to meet outside the venue for a local band's show. I was 15 minutes late to our agreed time. It wasn't the start of the show, just the time when we said we should meet. Never mind that I was delayed because I had to finish a paper for school, he wouldn't let me explain. I ended up not enjoying the show at all because I was trying to make him talk to me while he pretended I wasn't there. He did this in every fight we had. It doesn't matter if it's a small or big issue, he refused to engage and address the issue. He would just sulk and refuse to talk to me. I had countless times asked him to please talk to me like an adult, but he would only do so after treating me to at least a day of silence. I also tried to give him a dose of his own medicine. His resolve was stronger. He knew what I was doing, so he made sure that he would last longer. He did. We didn't talk for several days before I cracked and begged him to talk to me. I also brought up couples counseling. That went nowhere. He just insisted that there was nothing wrong with us. You would think we were still young by how he chose to deal with misunderstandings, but we were already in our 40s and had teenage kids together. A grown-ass man acting like a child. His own children were also victims of his punishment. Whenever they misbehaved or, when they were older, did normal teen stuff that he disapproved of, he would let me deal with them while he refused to talk to them. My children are smart. They caught on that their dad was the immature one, so they also gave them the same energy by only acknowledging him when necessary. And for the children, ignoring a parent is easier than for the parent. So even though they are okay and their silent war had ended, just by their father forgetting that they weren't talking to each other, the kids are always careful around him. That's too bad because he was a good father, all things considered. He was attentive and a good provider. It's just that he was insistent that giving people the silent treatment was the answer. I guess he was also a good husband. I was in love with him for a long time. He was a supportive partner and I believed he also loved me in his own ways. When my 45th birthday was coming up, I was excited to try a new steak place. It was a little pricey, but I allotted money for it. I planned my birthday meticulously, down to the color of my dress and his tie. It was a fancy place, so I wanted to feel fancy as well. I bought a new dress and made sure his suit was dry cleaned. I gave the kids pizza money because it was basically a date night and the reservation was just for the two of us. Everything was going well, but come afternoon, my dear sulky husband began to sulk again. I found out that it was because I didn't tell him the place didn't serve the dish, I already forgot what it was, that he wanted. I told him he could order something else and we would just get what he wanted the next night. I practically begged him to let it go because it was hard to get a reservation at that place. We did go. But it was as if I was alone yet again. I tried to make him talk to me. I tried to pretend everything was well. I promised him we would get what he wanted soon. I just wanted to enjoy the night. He kept the same blank face. Then it hit me. This man would never ever change. He didn't ever want to change. He would forever see himself as someone who was wronged, and it was his right to make me feel bad about this perceived slight to him. I spent more than half my life with this man-child. And on my 45th birthday, I finally learned that I should have walked away the first time he gave me that awful silent treatment. It wasn't too late for me, though. On that very night, it clicked on me that I still could walk away. I got the check halfway dinner. I tried to enjoy my steak, but at that moment, everything tasted off. I saw his appetite wasn't affected at all. Nevertheless, I got the check, to his surprise. I think that was the most honest reaction I got from him the whole night. I paid for dinner with my card and I saw his face. He was contemplating whether to finally break his silence and ask me what I was doing or just carry on. The former one. I guess his steak was too good to just leave halfway. He asked me what I was doing. I told him to just continue his silence treatment. I had never seen him turn so red as that moment. I wasn't sure if it was out of anger or out of embarrassment that I had to call him out like that. I called Uber. I guess I surprised him again when I went straight to another car and ignored him as he walked to the parking lot. I went straight to my sister. I got my cry there. But as sad as it was, I was also determined to end my marriage. My sister was confused because she thought I had a good marriage. I never told anyone about his silent treatment punishments. I guess I was embarrassed that my husband was that immature in dealing with problems. Next, I messaged my children to tell them where I was. I made it seem like it was a planned sleepover with my sister. The next day, I went home. My husband was already at work and my children went to school. I went to work but only to ask for a day off. I explained to my boss that I was going to need a lawyer, and she recommended me hers. By the end of the day, I got a lawyer and a plan to serve him papers. My children were home first, so I told them my plan. My children, the three of them, were more mature than their father. They immediately understood why. Next was telling him, which would prove to be more difficult because he was still punishing me and not speaking to me. So I decided not to tell him. I was almost giddy with excitement when I imagined that he would find out about it when he got served. He was sputtering when he got the papers. Now he couldn't wait to talk to me. Now he wanted my attention. But no matter how hard he pleaded, even suggesting counseling, I told him I was done. And I was done. That was a year ago. I still get the occasional guilt-tripping message from him. But now we live apart, he can give me the silence he has been giving me throughout our marriage. In fact, now I crave it.
If you liked the story, please give it a thumbs up. Share the video and subscribe for more. Click the bell icon so you don't miss out on new videos. Thank you very much.